back to my channel. My name is Jennifer, for those that are new, and today I wanted to do my wrap up for the 10 books that I would like to read before the end of the year. So which books did I get read? Which books did I love? Which ones did I DNF? I have a giant mix for you today, so it all wasn't 5 stars. It all wasn't exciting, it was just kind of 10 books that I was interested in reading before the end of the year. Let's go ahead and go through them one by one and talk about what I liked, didn't like, and did I read it or not? Did I get to it? So let's go ahead and take a look and see what comes up. All right, starting with the first book, just at random from my list, The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This is a part of the series with The Spell Shop. It kind of is an interconnected book. It's a prequel, part of also during the same timeline. So it's kind of a bit confusing until you read it. You'll learn more. And so it's a beautiful cover. There were some sprayed edges. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this book. It was a cozy read during the winter time, and the greenhouses were warm and cozy. And you get to know a relationship that forms. And so it was a lot of fun. I loved this. I ended up giving it 5 stars, which is a great start to these 10 books that I did or maybe didn't read this year. And so for the end of the year. And so, yeah, so I had 2 months to read these books. And so I did finish this one and loved it, which is a great start to this journey. And so moving on to the next book, which is Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. Madonna. And so this is by the same author of The Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And again, another cute, cozy. This one had to do with witches. And I love this. I actually read this all in one day. So that says a lot. When I am so invested, I don't want to stop reading. And so I also gave this one 5 stars. Loved it. And so yeah, I would highly recommend this one if you have similar reading taste. If you love it, The Secret Society of Regular Witches, I'd highly recommend reading this one as well. And so moving on to book number 3, The Frozen River by Ariel Lahome. And so this one was highly recommended to me, to all of my friends who love historical fiction. I thought I would really enjoy this one. This is also my book, my souvenir from going to Chicago in August. And so I really wanted to get to this one before the end of the year to let my friends know if I liked it, loved it, hated it, DNF'd it, what did I do? So I finished it. I enjoyed it. I was interested. It just wasn't completely invested in the characters. I wish I was more connected to the characters, but I wasn't. 3 stars. It was great. It was average. I enjoyed it. I kept reading it, but it was just average 3 stars. But I did enjoy it, which is awesome to say. And now I can recommend it to those that I think might love it and stuff. And so now I know people are talking about too when they talk about it. So you know what happens. So that's exciting. And so moving on to the 4th book, The Children of Time, and starting of a new series by Adrian Chesikowski. And so it is a chunky read. And so this is the first DNF that I have for this series. I was liking it, but I wasn't invested in the new community of spiders that was evolving. And so I wanted more space travel, more space involved, and it just wasn't that. And so it just wasn't exactly what I was looking for. It might be interesting to some, but I just couldn't get invested in like basically the every other chapter story of the evolution of the spiders. And so yeah, that it just wasn't for me. So it's all right. I DNF'd this one, but now I know that it's not for me. And so moving on to book number 5, Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I was very curious about this author and the dystopian worlds that this author supposedly writes and enjoys. I just wanted to know and see what this author has in store. So I did read this one. I liked it. I read it completely. It was okay. It just wasn't as thrilling or entertaining or as dystopian as I would have liked. It was 3.5 stars. So again, just above average. It was good, but it wasn't great. And so I'd recommend it to those that are just dipping their toe into dystopia or science fiction and wanted more of like a literary read. It's more literary than science fiction and dystopia than in my mind. And so it was good, but I don't think I'll continue anything by this author because it was just okay. And then moving on to book number 6, Cold Eternity by S.A. Barnes. I did really enjoy this spooky, kind of paranormal, paranoia, all those words that are like science fiction related. I did enjoy this one. I did give it 4 stars, which is a great read. I did highly enjoy this one. It had some spooky factors, some thrilling factors. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to know what was happening with this story on this spaceship. And so, yeah, I enjoyed it. And so I would recommend this one for sure if you like anything else by S.A. Barnes, or if you like a good thriller, kind of a little bit of horror, not too bad. And so I really did enjoy this one as well. And then moving on to number 7, Revenant X by David Wellington. This is a sequel to Paradise 1. I wanted to continue to know what happens on the planet, Paradise 1. And again, it was a little bit of a chunkier read, but I did really enjoy this one. It was great, but it wasn't, I needed just a bit more out of it. I don't know, it's just something was missing. But I did really enjoy it. I recommend it. I believe this is going to be a trilogy. So I think I will continue on in the 3rd book just to know how to wrap up the series. But there's no date on when the 3rd one is coming out. But I did enjoy this one. I did give it 4 stars as well. So it was a good read. It was great. And so yeah, it was above average. And I enjoyed the sci-fi elements of this. And so yeah, it was good. It was a bit more horror to it. Just keep that in mind. And so yeah, I did enjoy this one as well. And then the last book that I have physically with me, number 8, is The Reformatory by Tanner Dew. And so this one is also a little bit longer of a book. This was a DNF for me. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the right story at the right time. I just couldn't get into it. The characters didn't grip me. And so it just wasn't for me, which is totally fine. It's okay. It's the first one I read out of the 10 before the end of the year. And so it just wasn't it. So it's all right. Hopefully others will enjoy it instead. And so yeah, it was a DNF unfortunately for me, but hopefully others can enjoy it. So those are the 8 books that I have physically with me. There is one more in a holidays that I let a friend borrow before I read it. And so I'm looking to get that back soon by Christina Lauren, the 2 authors. And so hopefully I'll read that one maybe in January. But that's all right. I ended up getting to read 8 of the 10 books. And so the 10th book is The Keeper of the Lost Cities. Book number 8, which is Legacy. I'm currently listening to that one on audio. I think I'm about halfway, maybe a little less. And so it just takes me longer to listen to books these days, which is totally fine. And so I have 2 books that I still need to read yet out of 10, which is an 80%, which that's a great score for me. Again, I wasn't sure how many of these I was going to get to before the end of the year, but it did really push me and made me really focus on these books before the end of the year. I think I'm excited to do this again, maybe in October next year, so maybe a little bit longer to get through the books before the end of the year, but I think this is a great challenge. I did really enjoy these books and seeing what I had on my shelves to contribute to it. And so yeah, so I read 8 out of the 10. I am still planning on reading the final 2. Again, I'm in the middle of the Keeper of the Lost Cities Legacy book and really enjoying it. And then I'll read Holidays soon when I get it back from my friend. So yeah, so that is everything today for this 10 before the end update. Again, 80%, which is an amazing score. So how did you do? How are you wrapping up the end of the year? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.